So I've written some poems that I thought I'd post it on the internet because why not? And I don't even know if I can call them poetry. I don't even know what it is. It's just a bunch of words on paper, and they're all like little chunks of paragraphs that have nothing that connect one another to each other, but it's just cute pieces. And when I read these pieces, they're not always things that I've gone through. I feel like I've written a bit where, like, when I watch like movies, like I'll just be like, ooh, I feel like creative, or I want to write something, or I'll listen to a song and I was like, this is the piece that comes to mind, even though like I haven't experienced what I'm kind of writing about, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, I think this makes sense in my head, but yeah, it's just like random pieces that I wrote, and I thought, why not put it out there for everyone to read or see? And if it makes you a little creative on like writing or getting back into writing, like honestly, like what really helps me is just like putting on my favorite like instrumental music, whether it's from whatever different, like I like listening to like Indian music instrumental, and then I'll just like start writing. And something about just like music but with no words allows you to kind of become creative, and yeah, it just kind of helps your mind like have thoughts that kind of flow out. So I thought I'd read a couple of my pieces. This feels really weird. It feels like this is like the stuff that's in my journal that's not supposed to be read out loud, but I am going to, and here we go. I could not find your type of love anywhere. The tight hugs, the unplanned surprises, the level of love that surpassed the meter, overflowing with forgiveness and friendship, a judgment-free zone where I could spill over my emotions without any fear of judgment. That's as far as I got for that little bubble. The next one is, you were the guy on the plane that read for fun, and boy, were you one of those type of people that were hard to come by. You took in knowledge with as much effort as those who craved sleep on an early morning flight. The gray in your hair did not cease your curiosity. Okay, piece number 3 is, let me see which one I should read. She was the mother on the flight who held She was the mother on the flight who held her son's hand, not because he was frightened, but because she knew she only had so much time to hold his. I like that piece a lot. I feel like it like makes you think of like people who take care of you. If they hold your heart, either like physically by holding your hand, or they hold your heart emotionally, and that's where that piece kind of comes from. The next one is, soothing her on the flight was quite a task. She was restless due to cabin pressure. As the plane took off, a small cry erupted into a loud cry. She was a bother to others, but to him she was his daughter, his jewel that he treasured without any limits. He was her father. I always like that. I think like the first time I had heard like a poetry slam sort of moment in high school, and like all the kids in the class started like clapping in English class, and it was cute to see that the teacher was like, no, when we do poetry readings we like snap, and I was like, that is like the cutest thing ever, like so cute. Okay, the next one is kind of in its like first draft sort of moment, so if the grammar is a little off, if any of these like grammar is a little bit off, don't mind it. This is just random blurbs of little poetry pieces. After some time I stopped looking for you. You had become a passing thought. I was parked at the station for some time, but now I was ready to board a new train, one that would take me far away from you, not because I did not enjoy your company, but was in fear of craving your touch again. You see, I had finally come to the realization that I loved the version of you in my head. totally lost where I was reading. When in reality, you were kind of dull to be around. One who lacked the skills to hold on a conversation. I desired to be in a relationship that had drops of humor pouring into my life. And boy, were you a cup that was always dry. I was just talking about like a guy who you kind of like build up in your head, and then you know how like when you're explaining your person to different people, and then as you're saying it out loud, you realize it really is you who adds the fun, the joy, the zest into whatever this little conversational relationship, situationship thing is. And it really wasn't ever him. Or if you're a guy, it really wasn't ever her. It really came from you. And if you can create that in this relationship, you can create it in another relationship that will actually pour into you, versus this one that's just kind of like there, like sucking up all your light and your energy. Another piece, this one is kind of long. It's like almost like 3/4 of this little journal's page, is your hand held onto mine as I walked through this journey called life. You see, I was always doubtful that I would find a heart quite like yours. You came into my life as an acquaintance, turned friend, then friend to lover. You got to know my mind before you touched my body. To everyone before you that I poured my love into and received nothing, I thank you, because thanks to you, my standards went up. When they did, you, my love, flooded me with a love that could not be controlled. You poured into me when others only cared to drain. You became my fountain. You made my cup run over with love. Love only God could have planned. Thank you, God, for looking out for me and having my best interest in mind. And in this sense, I will say God is whatever He is to you. If you believe it is Mother Earth, if you believe it is whatever entity that you think it is, that is what it is. But for me, it's just my God is my God who I'm praying to. Then when you listen to this piece, think of your higher power. Another piece is, the sun rising in the morning was a promise that God is love and that He never fails. He will be here for me as a friend and father, a constant reminder that His love will never leave. I like that piece a lot. And when I wrote this one, like, yes, I attached it to a higher power, but I feel like this one can also be a really good piece that integrates parental love, sibling love, friendship, relationship type of love, whatever it is. I feel like being given consistent love without having like a thing that you're working off of, like, if you don't give me this, if you don't do that, what's the word? Without an expectation. Loving consistently without expectation of anything in return. So I thought that was a pretty beautiful one. Yeah, I think those are the pieces I have so far. And these ones are pieces I've written like a little bit while ago, but I am slowly starting to work on new pieces. So I thought I'll share with you a couple in this short video. If you liked it, hit subscribe, hit like, whatever it is. I want to put out some new pieces, and I just want to start integrating writing more into just like my daily life. And if it's not even about me, but just like releasing creativity, because I feel like in the midst of like doing like life stuff, you forget to like be creative. Anyway, I love you guys. This is Angela Koshy signing out, and this is the year for fuck it. I'm gonna post it.